Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kwakwadesh, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Real Restoring Real World. This is Brother Nasha DC Camp with another brief lesson to edify the hopeful elect. So I got a quick, lesson to show the Akim concerning this so-called mark of the beast that Esau has been pushing so hard in his, in his media. They're pushing it, they're making it so attractive to people, man. You could tell, they're gonna make this so-called teenagers, their primary target. Start going from folks in the teenage years all the way down to elementary school level. To think that having the RFID chip is cool. All right, so I just pull up a video real quick. I'm sure you've already seen the video. So just bear with me. Yeah.
You call me.
So this was exactly, what you got to deal with, man, in these last days. And for the brothers, that got children, especially teenagers, you're gonna have to pray that the Lord Shimei Shai, Shimei Kwakadash, puts a hedge around them because you're gonna have to deal with all the peer pressure, man. See all the so-called famous kids on campus, getting the RFID chip, bragging about it. So that's just one stage of it, man. They're marketing it to to teenagers. Once they turn 18, that's it. They're no longer in the house anymore. So and according to Esau's guidelines in his society, considers them as adults. So that means they could do whatever they feel like doing. And that's a big trap. That's a big trap that a lot of these so-called teenagers do not understand, man. So they think that in the prime of their years they could do whatever they feel like doing without any consequences. So that's what Esau's gonna take advantage of, man. You can also see the so-called the printed ads and online ads for the Jews, the what you call the e-cigarettes. A lot of these teenagers are using that stuff, man. Because I used to work in a so-called high school, man. You hear about all these teenagers, having e-cigarettes. Puffing the stuff in the bathroom, puffing the stuff at the back of the school. Take a quick hit in the hallway and keep it moving. You see folks, puffing the stuff on the streets. So it's become a trend now. So that's what Esau is pushing, man. He wants to test the market to see how people are going to accept it. So this is just one of his strategies. You got to get people. You got to get them introduced. At a steady state. At different stages to accept this RFID chip. The mark of the beast, which the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah has warned us. Through his prophets.
Sorry? Will you call me? You mean telephone? Yes. Where? Now. But you're sitting right here. This is why I wanted to have lunch. You just phoned me? Now? Hello, Bethany speaking. Hello. You phoning?
At one point in time, that so-called idea of that this is why I wanted to have lunch might be the so-called coming out of the closet, jargon that I like to, pull out there, and say, oh, mom, you just have to accept me for who I am, this is who I am and all that stuff. But now they're going to focus more on the RFID chip. So they're going to do everything they can to make it attractive and less harmful. But the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is furious about this strategy that Esau is pushing, and that those of our people that claim to be Israelites are refused to talk about the RFID chip and make a proper statement, make a proper stand as to what it is. You know, they're scared of losing their so-called 501(c)(3), 501(c)(3) status. You know, the so-called tax exempt status. Yeah, so that's one thing, that these so-called churches choose not to talk about, man. They rather talk about praise and worship and all these concerts, but they don't want to warn the people because they consider the church business a lucrative business. You know, they don't want nobody messing around with their golden goose.
Bethany?
Yes. What are you doing?
This is Bethany. Can you hear me?
Well, you're right in front of me.
But can you hear me down the phone?
Oh my God.
This is me. On the phone, I had it implanted. My hand.
Yeah, see the mom's reaction. My gosh, she's shocked. And it's like, what the hell has she done? Yeah, so that's one thing, men of the Lord have to be conversant about, man. So let's see if I could look up her name, because she has a biblical name called Bethany. So it's a Hebrew name. It's a Hebrew name, all right. So if you go to the book of Matthew, chapter. Let me see. Give me 1 second. If I could just pull up the blue letter. Book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 17. Matthew 21 and verse 17. All right, it says, and he left them and went out of the city into Bethany, and he lodged there. So let's check up the meaning of the word Bethany in the Hebrew tongue. All right, so it says Bethany, house of dates or house of miseries. All right, so it says the village at the Mount of Olives, about 3 kilometers, all right, or 2 miles from Jerusalem, on or near the normal road to Jericho. Then it says a town or village on the east bank of the Jordan when John was baptizing. So the word Bethany, it says, let's see. All right, it says a house of depression or misery. All right. And then you keep looking. Yep. So that's a description of for the word Bethany and its geographical location. So where it says house of depression or misery, so that's exactly what the so-called, Israelite girl has done, man. So she just puts her so-called family in a bad light, So, hey, what else could you expect?
Hand is the phone. I can walk and talk because I'm on the phone inside my hand. I am the phone. This is what phones are going to be from now on. I have integrated. Thank you for your call.
And that's exactly what they're gonna do, man. They're gonna start offering all this to them, these teenagers, perks. Okay, well, we're gonna get part of your tuition paid. We're gonna give you this, we're gonna give you that. Everything they could think of to convince these teenagers to accept the RFID chip. All right, to do it willingly. All right, so Just go to a precept real quick. So this is going to be in the book of Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 16. All right, let me just disable the Wi-Fi connection, because you know how it is, man. All right, so Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 16. Yeah, this screen acts up from time to time, so just bear with me. I can. Yeah, so this is the best part of doing the lessons, you know, to bring out the scriptures. All right, Second Ezra's. All right, just bear with me. All right, you know what? So just look at verse 19. It says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." All right, so that's exactly what she's going to be looking forward to, man. Destruction from the Lord Yahweh Shai. You know, that's one thing people don't understand, man. That the Lord Yahweh Shai is not playing around concerning all his prophecies, you know. So he's going to bring down judgment on those that want to go along and get this so-called mark of the beast. So this is verse 69, the main point. So it says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision," just like I read in verse 19, "and in reproach and trodden underfoot." All right, so they're going to be disappointed for going along with Esau's system, you know, concerning the RFID chip. All right, the mark of the beast, which the Lord Yahweh Shimon Shai frowns against, you know, vehemently. All right, so you look at the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. So it says, "Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered." And that's one thing the men of the Lord have been keeping it on their mind for a long time, man. That you know, we're getting tired to see all the enemies of the Lord Yahweh Shimon Shai prosper by doing evil, you know, by coming against the words of the Lord Yahweh Shimon Shai, you know, by trying to, you know, distort the truth, you know, to deceive the people, you know, and trying to put the men of the Lord in a bad light. But at the end of the day, man, the Lord Yahweh Shimon Shai is gonna, you know, fix that, man. You know, so the Lord Yahweh Shimon Shai is not a man that's gonna be afraid, you know, of a mortal man, you know, making all these empty threats, and that cannot follow up, and is limited in its power. All right, and then get another parallel scripture. It's from the book of Second Maccabees. All right, Second Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 19. All right, so it says, "But think not thou that thou takest in hand to strive against the Most High, that shalt thou shalt escape unpunished." All right, so that's the point right there, man. You know, this elite to think that, you know, because they're able to do certain things or whatever desire they have in their heart, that they're gonna escape and be untouchable. But that's not what the Lord Abba Shimon Shai has in mind for them, right? So they were just, you know, pretending that they got the power right now, but it's already, you know, coming to an end. That's why they're pushing hard, all right? So they know the time of judgment is coming very soon, because they see that the prophecy is coming to pass. They're checking out the videos. You know, they give YouTube and all this other media outlets the green lights, you know, to silence people's, you know, ability to make certain points, bring the facts out, So they want to have control over the preaching of the gospel. And the Lord Yahweh Shai is not going to allow that to happen. All right, because his words, his spirit, and his truth. All right. So there's no man on the face of the earth, or woman on the face of the earth, that could hold back the words of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Even the Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kwakadash does not hold his word back. He lets his word accomplish, what he intends to do. And another precept here is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 25. All right. So it says, "There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death." All right. So that's exactly what this young Judite chick signed up for, man. Destruction. And the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is not going to let them get away with it, man. So it says years and years. Well, hey, it's just going to be minutes and minutes for Esau's rulership.
Subdermal implants. They charge himself with motion like a self-winding watch. And it's on the 22 network. I get signal across 95% of UK mainland, 98 by next year.
When I phoned you, it was ringing. You were ringing.
That's the speaker. So small.
Okay, but when did you get this done?
That course in Winchester, I had one finger done every night. I still need to use a handset to phone out. Look.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay, but look, I can't believe you had surgery without telling me.
Skin plants. Not surgery, and I knew you'd be cross. But I'm 18, and you had that tattoo when you were 18, and it's the...
Yep, so that's what happens, man. When the wicked are in authority, you see the flaws in our people, and now, it's not, it's not a good sight, So, man, the Lord gotta pray, Lord Yahweh Shema Shai helps them overcome their burdens of this society, man. Because you see how the child, pulls the card, and the mom got a tattoo. So that's how it starts, man. That's how it starts in the Niso society. It starts with the parents, you can get a tattoo first, then generation later, okay, well, it's okay for you to have an implant. So that's how Esau undermines the authority of a Israelite household, He puts all these laws on the book to make sure the family is not stable, and then the child goes astray. So that's exactly what you see right there, man. He said, oh, and it's the same sort of thing. So, having a tattoo is not a good thing. It's terrible. It's rebelling against the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai.
Same sort of thing. And I wanted to ask you, will you do me a favor?
What?
Will you tell Dad?
Oh, sweet.
Please.
Yeah, so you see, she's going to walk through the wicked vessel. That's how, that's how the book of Genesis tells you, how the devil, the serpent, was able to go through Eve to get to Adam. All right. So that's exactly, the idea of, eating of the fruit of the tree of good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil. So this is exactly what you see, it's totally scriptural, in a nutshell, walk your way from the weaker vessel, and then, she has to work her way, to have the mom tell the father, because, she fears her father, but here, she went behind his back to do what she wanted to do. And now she doesn't feel good about telling him, so she got to use her mom to soften up her dad, because you know how it is, man. These girls, they want the approval of their fathers, and they will do certain things to test him, So that's one thing you see, on this in this video and other advertising and other movies too. All right, so that's the point right there, Hakim. And then I get the final precept You know, it's annoying, but what can you do? You gotta pray the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai blesses you with the spirit of understanding to accept the difficulties, you know, that's going to be set before us in these last days. So last precept is going to be from the book of Sirach, chapter 16, verse 13. All right, so it says, the sinner should not escape with his spoils. All right, so whatever, you know, the elites or the so-called, you know, of this world, you know, the elite bankers, what they like to call themselves, Jewish, Caucasians, whatever, that their nationality, you know, they're not going to escape, you know, with all their riches, because the Lord by Shema Shai, all they have is a bounty on their heads. That's why they want to build all these underground bunkers and have a heavy security, and you know, they want to go into the heavens and hide on this under the sea and all that stuff. All right, so the sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. All right, so that's exactly what the elect are praying for, man. That wherever hell we catching, you know, that's not in vain. That's for the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah to deliver us from this chaos, man. You know, from this chaos that you see the putting on the screen, that to have the RFID chip is the way of life, is the way to move forward. But that's not what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah wants us to abide by. He wants us to hold on to his words. So that's just the point there. I can hope you've been edified. Just pray the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai keeps you safe. You know, that your household doesn't give you too much problems, man. You know, because we're going into that hour of temptation. I pray the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai puts a hedge around your family. Shalom.